My partner for the Global Learning Project is Maria, and she's from Barcelona, Spain. She's an exchange student here for the semester. I sat down with her a few days ago at Espresso Royale, and we talked about our high school experiences, some of our college experiences so far, and just like the differences between living in Spain and living here. So as she told me about her high school, I found many similarities. Like the start and end times were pretty much the same. So it'd be like 8 in the morning and then get done around 2:30 in the afternoon. The number of classes each day was five for both of us. We worried about pretty much similar things when we were in high school. We cared about our grades and exams and just like getting projects done on time. And both of our schools had sports teams. And then there were also many differences. Her school didn't have school dances, which I found to be surprising. She said that the parents or like the parent committee planned like any extracurricular activities other than sports that they would have. So like if they did have a dance or like a holiday party or something, it would be planned by the parents, not by the school. Um, so I told her that my school's biggest sport was American football, and she says that her school's was soccer. We both pretty much expected that. Like, it wasn't surprising. Um, and then we also talked about how they have like one big exam when they're done with high school, and so like they have to pass that to move on. We don't really have that at all. It's just like if you pass all your classes. But we have the SAT and ACT, which they did not have. So I found that is like an interesting difference. Um, she also told me a little bit about like her college experience in Spain at the school that she goes to. So it's a small school in Madrid, and it doesn't have like an actual campus like Michigan State does. It's like integrated into the city, which I think is cool. So her major is hospitality business. Her classes that she takes here are pretty similar to the ones that she takes back home because they're for her major and they're pretty much the same. She said like her classes here aren't any easier, any harder, but she has a lot more work here because like there's a lot of projects, like group projects and stuff like that. Where in Spain it's pretty much just like you have a midterm and you have a final, and you have like maybe a few other exams in between, but you don't really have projects or anything like that, which I found to be surprising. I didn't realize that that's like such a big thing here, and it's not a big thing other places. And then we talked about just like the people in general in both places. So she was talking about how here she thinks the people are more friendly than back home, which I kind of thought was a little surprising. The people here are like nice, but I wouldn't say they're like super nice. Um, so relating what I learned when I was talking to her back to class, when we were talking about like culture in class, we talked about things like being comfortable with change, being self-sufficient, like time management, time and language. And Maria said she had a little trouble adjusting like when she first got here, but she pretty quickly became comfortable, like found her way around, and now she's like completely comfortable being here. She talked about how back in Spain, like her home was really close to where she went to school, so that's something that's pretty different. And she's had to get used to like not being able to get home to see her parents. So like she really likes it here, but she also misses her family. And then the language here is different because like in school she didn't learn a lot of the slang or like words that kids our age would use. So it was more like proper English, which is something that she had to get used to. I asked her like how she learned English and what she felt was the most useful, and she was talking about a lot like how she had learned it in school for years, so she was pretty comfortable with like the basic things. And then she watched like a lot of American TV shows, which helped her learn like less common words that like wouldn't be vocab that she would have learned in school, like the slang that we use. So she would watch shows with like characters our age. And this would relate to the social cognitive or social cognitivism perspective, and its emphasis on observational learning. So like the way that she would watch the TV shows, and it was like her observing other people. And then an insight that emerged for me would probably be that like I didn't realize that schools in Spain or like in Europe were more test based. And then we have like a lot more project based things that like go toward our grade. That wasn't something that I was expecting. I thought it would be pretty much the same here as it is there.